What's going on? My name is Nikki. I am a fitness and nutrition coach, but I'm also a mom of two, wife of one, live on a farm in the middle of Iowa. And something that I wanted to touch on is a subject that a lot of people really struggle with, and that is meal prep and figuring out what in the heck to eat and how to eat similarly to your family. So you're not cooking, 12 suppers all the time and trying to stand there in an abyss in front of the pantry with kids pulling on you and trying to get out to the field, try to get to the ball diamonds. Like, I understand that we need to simplify food in order to be successful. So I have some recommendations because the things that I see people going wrong with most is they overcomplicate it and then they just don't follow through with it. So a few of my best tips for people. This is going to be quick. I've got 3 tips for you. So, first things first, choose just 1 to 2 recipes per week to utilize. Okay. So, maybe that is going to be like, a pan of protein type oat bars or something like that. I've got tons of recipes like that. Easy protein rich snacks to help keep us full, help keep your kids full on the run, easy to grab and go, easy to have when you have that sweet tooth craving, right? And maybe another one is like your breakfast. Maybe you make a bunch of burrito bowls or breakfast burritos or something like that for the week. So you can easily grab them, run out the door, and get on with life. So I get that. So let's go ahead and only do 1 to 2 recipes though, because if you do more than that, and say you're tracking your food or trying to take in a certain amount of protein, carbs, fats, calories in order to get to your goals long term, then what you're going to run into is that you're now pigeonholed because you used so many recipes that now you can't really eat them appropriately, or you're just not going to be satisfied because they contain too many carbs or too many fats and they're not easy to adjust anymore. So that's why I say 1 to 2 recipes, pick out the ones that make most sense for you per day. Okay. Other than that, leave it as individual prep in order to simplify life. The other thing that happens with recipes is if you do dig into that, often people will go on Pinterest to say macro-friendly recipes or something like that, and suddenly they have this recipe list that is like a mile long, and they don't know what half of the stuff is. They go to the grocery store, they get it all, and they're so exhausted when they get home that it all spoils, and they make a pizza instead. That's not going to get you anywhere, you guys. So once again, simple recipes, like 5, 6 ingredients or less, only 1 to 2 that you're going to be consuming, per day, and then otherwise, tip number 2, you're going to bulk prep a ton of plain protein. So some of my go-tos are just plain baked chicken or shredded chicken. Also, plain ground beef is a really big one that I enjoy. I will also be known to grill steaks ahead of time and just pre-slice them so that way I can throw them on top of salads or throw them into a wrap or put them on a plate next to some sweet potatoes and vegetables. You can keep this really simple. So the same types of foods can be used for your kids' meals or your husband's meals as well. So when you do like plain shredded chicken, for example, like you throw it in the crock pot for 8 hours on low, shred it up, put it in the fridge, super easy. You can use that chicken with some salsa on top of a salad or in a wrap or something like that. Meanwhile, your kids might have that in a tortilla. Right. And they might have that as a quesadilla, or your husband might have it as a chicken sandwich with some barbecue on it while he runs out to the farm. Like, you can do all kinds of different things with that pre-prep protein, and it takes a lot of that time and effort out of your day. So that's something that I really love to push home is pre-prep some plain protein, and then you can add different dressings and different bases to it for everybody in your house. And then you're eating similar foods, but you don't have to make 12 meals. It's going to save you a ton of time. And then the third thing, my third and final super easy suggestion to help simplify this for you is bulk prep your vegetables, right? We need to be taking in about half of your plate should be vegetables at least twice a day. And I know that most people that I work with when we first get started, they're having maybe one vegetable once a day, right? So bulk prep your vegetables. Sometimes that looks like you pre-chopping them. Maybe you don't have to cook them. I love doing zucchini squash and yellow squash this way. I'll just go ahead and like julienne them in the slap chop thing, and then I store that in the fridge, and then I can have those either raw on top of a salad, or I can put in the frying pan for a few seconds with some oil and a little bit of garlic salt, and suddenly I have this big amazing plate full of food that is super freshly made. It's delicious, and it's like so good for you. You can also look at doing like bulk prepping vegetables that are roasted. I love throwing a bunch of vegetables on top of a pan that's covered with aluminum foil. Bake those at 425 for about 20 minutes. You're going to have a ton of vegetables for the whole week. And then once again, you guys, you can use them as bases to underneath meats and stuff. You can use them as sides. You can throw them in a container as a snack. They then taste good even when they're cold, in my opinion, and they make it really easy for you to throw into a container, throw into a bag, throw under a piece of meat, something like that to help bulk up the good nutrient dense foods that we need that are going to help you reach those goals a lot faster. So simplify your life, pre-prep plain proteins and pre-prep some plain vegetables, and you are going to be winning life a lot faster. If you need more help like this, you want more good tips like this, follow my show, share my show, jump into my Facebook group. I coach a ton of people just like you and me. I'm always happy to help you. So have a great day, you guys. I'll see you later.